Good morning, it's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine. Thanks so much for tuning into my video this week. I am live here 1 hour earlier, so I'm going live here at 9, and this is the card we are going to make today. I am just taking a little sip today, so stamps, ink, and paper, but I want to show you a cool technique with these wonderful snowflakes. So here's the stamp set I'm using. This is actually from the annual catalog. So this is one that's been around for a little bit, Snowflake Wishes. And you get 17 stamp sets, 17 stamps, not 17 stamp sets, but 17 stamps. And let me show you in the catalog. It's on page 90 of the annual catalog, the 2021-2022 annual. I'm sorry, it's kind of like right at the fold. So down here, and there's actually some really pretty cards on this page. I just looked at this today, and the red one is kind of similar to the one I'm doing today with the non-traditional colors. It has, I think, some peek-throughs. So I've done that technique before. Maybe I should do it again. And then if you have the mini catalog, in the Whimsy and Wonder Suite is these things in the middle called Wonderful Snowflakes. And I want to show you a technique with them. They're going to be my product of the week this week. And you get 24 for $6 plus tax and shipping. Is that right? I wrote it down, but I'm pretty sure, yes. So it's a huge value, and they come on a sheet like this. So you get 6 on a sheet, and I will say that they are pretty delicate, so when I point the camera down, I'll show you. But here's my card, and I want to show you the inspiration kind of for this project. It was a notepad. This week at work, I was taking notes, and it was funny because it was like 70 to 75 degrees out, and I was taking notes on this notepad, and I'll show you when I point the camera down as well, but it's just a little white with blue with snowflakes at the bottom. So that was totally the inspiration. So kind of you get inspiration in weird places when you're a paper crafter, I guess. Pretty much everywhere you go, I'll see a color and that will inspire me or whatnot. So I'm gonna actually take a sip. Okay, I think something just happened, but I think I'm still live. So hey, good morning, Janine. Thanks for tuning in. So I said sip, stamps, ink, paper. So I'm just going to take a sip of tea too before I point my camera down. Okay, let's jump in. I have to go visit my mother-in-law today. So I wanted to come on and do this earlier because it's a little bit of a ride to get to her house, and we need to hit the road soon. So I hope I can find myself live. Just give me a second to find myself in my feed. I had a weird internet thing happen, so okay, here I am. Okay, so I'm going to actually do the snowflake technique first, the wonderful snowflakes, and hopefully you can kind of sort of see it. But here was the inspiration that I showed when the camera was up, but it was just a little notepad, and it's just got like the thin blue edge and little snowflakes at the bottom. So I have a bunch of tips today to share with you, but let's start with the wonderful snowflakes. So they do come 24 in the pack for $6, and then they come like on this sheet, and you just need to pop them out. So I just will say they are very delicate, so just be super gentle, and they come out pretty easily. I used these in a class 2 weeks ago, and I popped them all out for them just so somebody didn't have like an oopsie. And I know this is going to be hard to see, but they are iridescent on one side, and then on the other side they are flat white. So I'm actually going to color the white side with my Stampin' Blends. Okay, and I'm using Misty Moonlight. This card is like so simple. It's just Misty Moonlight and basic white, and I'm going to use the thick side. This is the light Misty Moonlight. You could use the dark if you want. And okay, so you could pick it up and color like each little piece. I just laid it down flat and just colored and you can go back if you notice that you're missing spots, but with your kind of tip of your blend, you'll make a little bit of a mess, so you definitely want to have a piece of scrap paper. I'm just using a piece of copy paper printer. Oh, it's a little hard to see, but whoop. Where you're gonna get a cool effect. You're coloring the white side, and you can totally use this side. I'm gonna be using this side and I hope I'm still live. My internet looks like it's being a little wonky today. So sorry about that. Okay. And you can kind of sort of pick it up after you color it with like the first kind of come through and see if you have like some areas you missed and add. So what's going to happen is when I flip this over to the iridescent side, it's going to have this kind of cool light blue iridescent Misty Moonlight effect. So you'll see on my Casing Tuesday card, I'm going to use it like this. And then on this card today, I'm going to use the iridescent side. So I'm going to actually show you this week how to use both sides of this. So go to your heart's content and it's all colored. And then when you flip over, you kind of have this cool light blue iridescent side. So that's how I did the Wonderful Snowflake. And you can even go more. Like I said, I want this to be pretty quick because I need to hit the road. So I'm just going to put this aside and do the rest of my stamping. You are still on. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm watching myself and it looks like I'm still on my end. Thank you. Make a good stamp or designer series paper. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I love that. So let's do the rest of my stamping because then this card is going to go together lickety split. So I just have a piece of basic white cardstock and it's 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to stick it in my banners pick-up. So I'm just going to do banners on both ends. Okay, so then I can stamp my sentiment on this piece. And okay, so here we go. We're going to do the sentiment, and I am using Misty Moonlight ink. So again, this is just white and Misty Moonlight. And I'm actually going to bring over my Pierce mat because, of course, it's a photopolymer stamp set. And if you follow my videos, you will know that I always use my photopolymer stamps with my Pierce mat. It's the best $5 purchase in the whole entire catalog. Okay, so that looks great. And then I'm ready to do my other stamping. Okay, and I have a tip for you. Whoops, I just lost my colored snowflake white, and it is 3. I'm gonna actually stamp some of the snow. I wanted to just have some scrap paper this way because I'm gonna be kind of stamping off on the other side, so the other way. So I have a couple tips for you. My inspiration, again, with this notepad, so there were kind of like 3 snowflakes here and 2 here. And of course, I wanted to just mimic this a little bit. So I did these 3 and then this one. And this one's actually the same stamp. I just rotated it. So here's my tip. I actually put 3 of the smaller stamps from the Snowflake Wishes stamp set onto the same block. And I just kind of tucked them in pretty close and tight together. So I don't know if you guys make a little collage, and you can totally move them around a little bit. Stamps and a couple little kind of like circle type little images. So this one, I just want kind of a little, and then at the top, I want to go with this bigger one over here, and maybe kind of part of the little one. Okay, and I'm just totally eyeballing this. I need to find my Wonderful Snowflake. It went right onto the floor, I think. So let me find that. And I'm totally not finding it. Here it is. Okay, You could totally like line this up if you want to be exact of where you are going. I just kind of winged it based on my sample. So I'm actually done with the stamping, so I can get this out of here. It might be easier to see this way. Let me get this out of here before I have it boo-boo and get ink in my stamps or ink on my project that I don't want on there. Okay, so I'm gonna put the Wonderful Snowflake on with just a mini glue dot here. I'm actually gonna cover up the middle. And I think I just did the wrong side. So I just did the wrong side. So that's totally okay too. I can totally show you the difference in the iridescent and the colored with the blend. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of Stampin' Seal Plus and put this right across the middle, just like so. And I'm ready to go Stampin' Seal Plus on the back. So if you haven't tried this, it's a light touch. And you kind of want to go down and up. And to put a whole piece of the card on, you know, I can just do 5 little rectangles like so. And then I'm going to go onto my Misty Moonlight piece, mimicking my notepad. I just have this is 3.5 by 4 3/4, so I just went up by 1/8, and the Misty Moonlight is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. So I'll put the measurement below in this video description, so you have all the measurements. But this could easily be mass produced once you have all your snowflakes colored, and you could do different colors. I just went with the kind of traditional blue. And then I just have a basic white card base, 4 1/4 by 11, scored in half at 5 1/2. I was just trying to get this to line up, so I can probably fix it with my bone folder, but that looks pretty good. And I'm just gonna put this on with some liquid glue. And then I'm ready to embellish. So I used the rhinestones, and actually, you know what? I don't see them on my table, so I may have put them away. I prepped this yesterday, and then yesterday I had like plans with friends, so went out for a couple hours. Then I would be ready to roll this morning. So I don't see my rhinestones on my table. But anyways, I put rhinestones here, 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 here. The eye and wishes in here. So here's the card with the rhinestones, but I also think it would be super pretty with like the metallic pearls. They come in gold and silver. So I think the silver would be super pretty. And then looking at those colors, it's the same colors that are in the baker's twine that comes in the flowers for every season ribbon combo pack. The Misty Moonlight, the white and the silver. So if you wanted to somehow add a bow or some ribbon on here, that would be a pretty embellishment to add. But let me just show you the difference. I used the iridescent on this one, and then this one I just used the kind of like colored with the Misty Moonlight blends. So again, you could do this technique on anything you have blends, any color blends you have in your stash. And I hope you'll try it. When I post my Casing Tuesday project on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com this week, you'll see a version with this one. But on my blog this week, you'll see a close-up of the iridescent. So I have a couple announcements before I sign off for today. So let me just get my cards for my Frosted Gingerbread Stamp Camp, which are right over my shoulder. And I'm probably going to just melt this down. Okay, that works. So this Tuesday, October 19th, 2021 at noon Eastern is the last chance to sign up for my Frosted Gingerbread Stamp Camp. So let me just show you the cards really quick. Here's card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. I think this one's my favorite because I added a ton of the red rhinestones to this one. And then, actually I do like this one too, card number 4. So it's 4 cards in the camp, and there's a couple different ways to sign up. You can just place an order over $30 with my host code KVYE6S6A, and you will get the make and take packet. So all the die cuts, all the ribbon, and the rhinestones. You will just have to provide the stamps to finish the cards. And honestly, you could change up the stamps and use any Christmas type stamps that you have in your stash. If you just want the packet with the make and take, it's a flat $20 tutorial. I am offering that too for $15. So, and this camp is, I'm doing hybrid still, so I am offering it in person. So the in-person class is this Thursday, October 21st, if you're local to me. And but the other options are to go, so I will mail it directly to your mailbox. So I'll post the link below with all the information on how to register for that. And I'm going to bring the camera back up at my face to just sign out with the last. Hey, good morning, Tammy. Thanks for tuning in. So the last thing is that Stamp Out Breast Cancer is back. And we are doing a hybrid model this year, and I will have more information out in the next couple days and on my blog about Stamp Out Breast Cancer. But it is a fundraiser that I have paired together with other local demonstrators and, you know, not local too, because we've done hybrid. Last year we raised almost $10,000 for Making Strides Against Breast Cancer of Boston. And I just want to let you know that we are planning to do an in-person event, and it's Sunday, October 30th, 1 to 4, if you're local. Same place we've held it before, Harmony Hall in Dracut. And if you are not local and still want to donate, you will get still entered into the door prizes. So if you are not local and you win a door prize, we will mail it to you. And let me think. It's free. You can attend with a $20. If you want to donate more, that's welcome to donation. And it's $25 at the door, and then online also, and the people that attend, everybody that donates is going to get PDF tutorials. They're in person. We're going to make 5 projects, 4 cards in 1 box, and then online we are also going to have an additional tutorial. And I'm not sure how many of us there are. There's maybe about 12 to 15 of us that come together to make a PDF tutorial. And we are using the Pretty Pumpkins bundle for the event this year. So if you donate online, you'll be entered to win the door prizes, and you'll get a PDF 2 PDF tutorials, the 5 projects we're making in person, and then a bonus of tutorials that we are creating specifically for this fundraiser. And 100% of what we get, we go right to the charity. So it's a super fun event. Did I say in the beginning, last year we raised almost $10,000. So stay tuned for more information. I just wanted to mention the date and the time, so my local people, if you're watching, you put it in your calendar. Okay, have a great week. I will be back next week, 10 o'clock Eastern, at my regular time with a project. And have a great week.